Greetings and salutations, Redeemers, and welcome to this edition of Recipe Redemption. Uh, Today in WTF Theater, I have something off of a meme that I've seen going around, and it's this. Someone who claims he wasn't sure if his wife asked him for a Philly cheese steak or a Philly cheese cake. So he combined the two. In principle, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. Make a savory cheesecake, top it with meat. What's not to like? So let's get started.
So to start off my savory cheesecake, I need a crust. I'm blending up some Ritz crackers here and adding melted butter. Turns out this is a little bit too much melted butter. It's a problem when you don't actually measure anything. So this is going to be a little loose, a little greasy, but that's okay. So is the rest of this dish. Now, full transparency, this is actually the second attempt that I'm showing you. Yeah, first attempt did not come out well. Anyway, I put that into the oven for about 10 minutes at 350. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on the cheesecake filling. I have a whole block of cream cheese here, a couple eggs, pinch of salt. And since this is savory, I kind of want the cheesecake to really be more steak oriented, so I'm adding some garlic powder and onion powder here, and I'm adding cheddar cheese. It's what I had. I didn't really want to have American cheese or Cheese Whiz, just because it would mean that I would have American cheese or Cheese Whiz sitting around left over and not necessarily anything to do with it. A couple tablespoons of half and half there, just to add a little bit of liquid to it, and plenty of black pepper, since again I'm going to be doing cheesesteak, so I kind of want things that complement the steak flavor. And if I had really thought about it, I would have actually used a whisk. So eventually I did actually switch to a whisk. Fill up my springform pan, probably more than I really needed to. The meme that I'm working off of, the cheesecake layer is almost as thin as the crust itself, but doesn't matter. So I've put this on a tray to which I am adding some boiling water to. Didn't go quite halfway up, but I set that in the oven at 325 for about 25-30 minutes. While that was baking, I am browning off some ground beef. I'm using ground beef instead of sliced steak. I think on top of the cheesecake, it'll make it a little easier to slice. Once that's kind of good and brown, I add my onions and green peppers. I know there are some people who argue that green peppers don't belong on a cheesesteak. I like them, so... and some of the same spicing to the topping as I put into the cheesecake. Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And just saute those together until they're nice and kind of caramelized. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I did also throw on a slice of provolone just because I happen to have some.
So I'm beginning to think that the problems with lost footage have to do with my camera, because I just noticed it recorded for 6 seconds and then stopped. And then I continued talking for another 5 minutes. So I have already eaten a bite of my Philly cheesesteak cheesecake. And here is something of a cross section. Came out okay this time. Meow. And it came out tasty. Now, yes, the cheddar cheese that I use is sharp cheddar cheese, so it is far more piquant than the Cheese Whiz or American cheese that you may find in authentic cheesesteak. The ground beef does have a different mouth feel from, real chopped steak like you would get on a real cheesesteak. Yes, one can argue the peppers don't belong there on an authentic cheesesteak. But this isn't an authentic cheesesteak, is it? And ultimately, it's what I chose to put onto this dish because they're the flavors and textures that I think will work best on this. If you disagree, get your own show. However, the application seems to work. And it makes me think that other combinations of meat and a creamy flavor, whether it's a cheese or a cream sauce or something, might fit into this application. Something like a gyro cheesecake. How about that? Worth exploring at another time. I've got other stuff I have to do, but this was certainly an excellent experiment, and I encourage you to try it. It may take a couple of tries to sort of perfect some of the techniques. The cheesecake is still not perfect. It's not pretty, but it works. And it tastes pretty good. So what do you think about the Philly cheesesteak cheesecake? And can you think of a less unwieldy name for it? Please write that in the comments down below, and any other ideas for this particular application for savory cheesecakes. Let me know. I'll see if I can try them at some later date. Until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified of any future videos that I post. And I'd like to thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time here on Recipe Redemption. Meow. Yes, so will Dobby.